It is Marc Ebinger with Social Media Lead Force. I'm here with Yeshaya, the owner of Sapphire Restoration. Did I get the whole name?
Yes.
Sapphire Restoration. He's been a client for about 2 months now.
That's right.
And he's going to talk a little bit about what his results so far. But let's start from the beginning. When you first were deciding whether or not to do this, were you hesitant, and what was your process of thinking in deciding whether or not to join the social media power team here in San Antonio?
I was a little bit hesitant, and my biggest concern was just that the majority of what we do with property damage restoration is not something that people plan for. So if you're in the market for a new person to do your pool maintenance or your pest control or something, that might be more something where you reach out to social media to get advice. Where if you have a water leak or a fire or that kind of thing, I was concerned that people wouldn't necessarily be turning to social media and that I wouldn't get too much from it. So that was really my only concern, is that the company may not be the best fit for social media. But in the past 2 months, it hasn't been a super high volume, but we've gotten, I think, three pretty decent jobs from it, and especially mold. Seems like people are curious about who their friends and neighbors use and who they've had a good experience with.
So now you've gotten 3 jobs. How many shots at the target have you gotten, as far as like being able to? How many estimates have you had to put out in order to get those 3 jobs?
I think only about 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
So and how do those come in? So when somebody wants your help, what are they doing? Are they calling you? Are you calling them? How does that work?
They're calling us so that we get tagged by folks in the network of Social Media Lead Force, and then so far they've called me and asked for an estimate or whatever, and they either volunteered or I asked how they heard about us, and they said, "Oh, you were tagged a bunch of times on social media," and so I say, "Great, chalk that up to a win," and go out and give them an estimate. Also with mold, people justifiably, they're real concerned about it. And so there's been a few times where I've gone out and I've been in the fortunate position to tell them they really didn't have a problem. Like, I'd love to take your money, but you can do this yourself for free. And you really don't need us. So, and I'm happy to do that too. To me, it builds trust, and they're going to be more likely to tag me on social media themselves.
So what else are you doing on social media to generate business?
Not a whole ton, other than Social Media Lead Force. Like my SEO, like marketing company, we put out a couple posts a week of just general information and photos and stuff, but not a whole lot.
So you're not really doing a whole lot on social media other than Social Media Lead Force, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Are you doing any paid advertising?
No paid advertising, just posting to the business page, but.
Okay. Where does the bulk of your business come from?
I would probably 50-50, I would say, just straight from Google.
Okay.
The map.
That's paid advertising.
The map listing, actually no paid advertising, but just search engine optimization and the map and the organic map listing. And then a good portion, maybe 60% from just good old fashioned networking. Sure. BNI. And
how many jobs a month are you getting on average?
Oh, I would say probably about 8.
Okay.
8 to 10.
All right. Yep. So maybe 16 to 20 jobs over 2 months. Yep. 3 of those have come from Social Media Lead Force.
Yes, sir. Yep. Something like that.
Huh. All right. Anything with the service that you would change or that you would like to see improved, other than, the volume of leads is always a good thing to see more of.
Yeah.
But anything else?
No, so far so good. I'd like to see it grow. I'd like to see the volume go. I think the volume can go up from where it is now, but I think it's been a phenomenal first 2 months.
And where is Facebook or Nextdoor perform better for you?
I have not I have not divided out the data on that.
Sure.
It seems like Facebook. Most of the time when I've asked how you heard about us, they say you were tagged on Facebook. But I've seen myself tagged on Nextdoor quite a bit too, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if people don't conflate the two.
What about, are you tracking your profile activity and how much activity your profile is receiving as far as visits and stuff like that? Are you guys tracking any of that?
Not a whole. I mean, we see when they come in, but we've pretty much just been tracking the actual calls that we get.
Okay, not the actual profile visits and stuff like
I
that.
know we're getting more profile visits than we ever have by 200 or 300%, and I see us tagged a lot more than we get calls. But I would assume that's everyone probably. Yeah, there's a lot of tire kickers out there and
Sure.
across all platforms.
But the exposure that you're getting has gone up like 200-300%.
I would say so. Yeah.
That's a pretty short period of time too. Just 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't used to get almost any traffic to our business page on Facebook. If you're not paying for ads and boosting those posts and stuff, like, your friends follow it and stuff. Like I have 600 Facebook friends, and so the exposure is limited. But then when it's the tagging, that's driving the traffic to it. So
It causes people to check your profiles out.
Yes.
Which is great exposure.
yes.
Like that. All right. Well, thanks, Yeshai. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.